Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cantina Corner here on a Thursday night for our annual weekly fucking sit down, hangout, get together. You already know what it is. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, or the dislike button, whichever you prefer. Show the channel some attention, some love. I would greatly appreciate it. So would these guys here. And check out all the social medias. And without that, we're going to get into some more Obi Wan talk. Apparently, there's some news that these guys are going to kind of tell me that I haven't kept up with. So interesting to hear about that. And some other things are going to be coming out here soon, as far as like some movies coming up, some TV shows, and we'll kind of end it off with that. But gentlemen, how are we? How was your week?
Not too bad. Here's
I've just been working my ass off, so I'm extremely overtired and I'm over caffeinated. So I'm like in this weird lull of like, oh, like just all day, which is why I just was laughing, crying with you guys a little bit ago, watching stupid
uh,
videos. I needed
Yeah,
that to wake up.
I've been extremely busy. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I'm in the beer business. So
Yeah, which by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hope everyone's being safe, having fun.
salute, liquid death, drink it.
Liquid death. I got coffee and water. It's not liquid death, but I'm at least hydrating. And I'm wearing my green. You got to have the Bounty Hunters Boba Fett green baseball jersey on,
Or America.
or America. Yeah,
I'll go with America every time.
it's the best. It is the best.
It is.
All right, so Obi Wan, what's going on with Obi Wan?
Obi Wan.
Because you told me that there was some new, I guess, drama surrounding this show or something along the lines. I
Big
didn't want to
drama,
know if we
dude.
got
Big time
on.
drama. Big
All
time.
right, well, are we at a like? Where's the drama scale? 1 to John Williams. How big is the drama?
Full blown. Scary shit.
Full blown.
you, you giving it full blown? You giving it full blown AIDS, dude?
No,
Is
I'm
that where
not
you're
giving it
going with
full
this?
blown.
Okay.
Um,
Full
Okay.
blown John
I
Williams.
have a slight panic. I still think the show is going to be good, but this news kind of gave me a slight panic.
Yeah.
All right,
For
well now
sure.
you're making me stress.
I think I'm probably feeling the same as Cody. Probably like a wait and see approach, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Kathleen Kennedy has gotten involved. The storyline was too dark,
Yep.
and she wants a more uplifting story.
I need more hopeful, more uplifting.
So supposedly, at some point, the creative direction of the show changed. And I believe there was reports, Nick, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, that there were scenes set for Darth Maul to have appearances in this show. They were all cut.
Yes. Which that
Well,
I'm kind of fine. That part I'm kind of fine with.
I am too. Because
Because-
that you have to do correctly with how much they've already done with
Yeah.
it.
it is very, very touchy stuff for that. If it's in the bonus scenes where you can watch it later, cool.
But
Um,
yeah, we were gonna get a dark series. It seemed like at first, and she wanted a more uplifting story in the darkest time period in Star Wars. So
Now,
that
what? Go ahead, Adam. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
sorry, let me react to this and then we'll dig it
Yeah.
apart because this is the first time hearing about it. So yes, fucking nervous. I will say that. Especially since obviously this is all filmed already. Am I wrong on that?
yeah, but I believe these changes happened before they filmed. I believe. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed that it happened. Like they put in the storyline. She read it and she was like, no.
Yeah, because they hired the second
Yeah,
writer
yeah.
or whatever to rewrite everything that was going on because they wanted more of that
Yeah.
direction. So yeah, this is all already shot. This is what we're gonna get now for this season.
My concern is that we just kind of went through that in the Boba Fett shit.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of uplifting stuff in that very first half of the show. It was all uplifting. Like obviously there's some like rough stuff in there with him like going through struggles and whatnot, but it was more or less uplifting. Him connecting with Tusken Raiders, him doing all, teaching him how to ride and doing all
I
this stuff.
guess
Like
you can look at it like I looked at it as like boring bullshit, but I guess you got a point. Yeah, it was kind of
Like a panther.
yeah. I
yeah,
can
I
see
mean,
what you're saying.
that's why it was memed. Like everyone's memeing it where they're like, Cad Bane comes in there and is like, he's a merciless killer, and then he's sitting there like, oh, like that on the damn thing. It's like
Yep.
it's total polar opposites of a feel, and that scares me that this show will do that because, like Cody said, this is the darkest part of the Jedi's transition. What's happening with them? What's going on? Like it has to be dark. Like he even says in the
Yeah.
trailer, we have lost. Like what do you feel when you've lost? Like you feel like you've lost everything. Like your confidence, your beliefs, your hope. Like it's all gone. It's a dark period. Like it's supposed to be like that, especially if you've got Sith Inquisitors coming down their neck. Those are ruthless bastards.
Yeah.
So that goes together. I I'm really, really, really concerned because I know you and I have more faith in Ewan than I did. What's his face from Boba Fett? Um, because he couldn't hold it the whole way, even in the boring shit. He didn't hold like it wasn't enough to me. Just having him
Oh,
in there,
the
I was like, I could
actor.
deal with it. Yeah. Um, Tamir Morrison. I'm sorry. But Ewan, even if they do this stuff and it's kind of chunky, I think he can hold it and at least make it good
Yeah.
to a point where you can like stomach it. I don't know.
He's definitely a better
That's just my
actor.
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
that's what
Sure.
I'm
In that
saying. He
regard,
holds he
I do
holds more
agree.
weight.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my initial feelings. Now that I've just found out.
How many episodes are we getting in this series?
I
I'm
didn't even look.
assuming at least 7, maybe something like that. I know I probably should have looked before.
I'm not sure. I can look it up.
Yeah, I'll let you guys do that. I'm only working with one screen right now, so I don't want to keep going back and forth.
See what we got. I'm
6.
seeing 6. Okay, you're seeing 6 too.
6. Yep.
So that's gonna be my problem then, because if we had like, say, this was a pretty long season, I don't know how long it would have to be, but it would also have to be told well. But like, if you're doing something uplifting and hopeful, I can understand that if this is gonna span the whole time from after Revenge of the Sith up until A New Hope, that by the time it ends, you're into that uplifting period where Luke's older and like they're getting that together and all that. I
I can
can
see that.
stomach that, but if you're giving us 6 episodes, that tells me there's no way you're going to fit that story into 6 episodes. So there is a lot more room for fuckery when you're talking about like the hopeful bullshit that you want in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where
Uh,
I'm trying not to be worried, and I am in kind of a wait and see approach. Let's see how it's going to go. I'm not going to prejudge it because I do want to watch it and see, and I'm excited. But I don't know. That's
Hopefully
what's
they're
got me
longer
worried.
episodes. If there's 6 episodes and they're 40 minutes long,
it's not
what
That's
the
enough.
hell
gonna
are we
suck
really gonna
too.
get if we're gonna leave
Yeah.
Tatooine? The whole first episode's probably on Tatooine, or like setting
Yeah.
it all up,
I would imagine.
Showing
Yeah.
Luke.
and then, I mean,
'Cause
we're
the
gonna
Luke
have to
thing, they're gonna
leave
take a ton.
Tatooine right away. You know,
Yeah.
so
I
who
would hope
knows?
they're longer than 40 minutes. I'm hoping closer to an hour an episode.
I
At
would hope
least.
so.
Like,
I think Tatooine's going to be 2 episodes because when I'm thinking back in my head in the trailer, I mean, you have we've got Uncle Ben. We got to do him. They showed him separate in the city, and he was back at his home. So obviously we're going to get 2 scenes there, and the one in the city looks like it's a big scene, because they've got the Inquisitor there interrogating people, probably asking where's Obi Wan, where's Ben. You know it. What?
No, I was just thinking about the dude getting hung.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
it
what I'm
was making me
saying. Like
smile.
that's a big scene, So obviously we're gonna get that. You see Obi-Wan going after Luke. I mean, there's a lot to introduce just off of Tatooine alone. I think that's 2 episodes.
Yeah,
And then the second one, for the last 15 minutes, we transition somewhere else, and then it goes from there into the third.
could be. What's Uncle Ben's wife's name, dude?
I can never remember because I want to say Aunt May, and that sounds wrong.
What is it?
Yeah.
Is dude? That's Spider-Man.
yeah, come on.
Starts with a V, dude.
Oh, is it a V? I always think it's B.
I always forget
I
because it
don't
was
know.
I don't
weird.
know.
Honestly, I've never really looked it up.
I never have either. I always heard B, like Baru, but I guess it could be
Okay,
Varu.
now I
I
remember.
just
That's
always
fine. 'Cause it
I always thought it was Varu.
It could be.
I thought
I
so.
mean,
Let's look it up.
All right, let me look it up.
I got it, dude.
Aunt Beru.
it probably is Varu.
It is.
Baru. Yeah, it's Baru. You're right. So it is with a B.
Oh, it's Baru. Oh, it is Baru. B-E. Oh, okay. B-E-R-U.
Yep.
I'm finally looking
Oh.
at who's really. It's gonna be Jennifer Lawrence.
What?
What? Playing Aunt Baru?
It looks like that from this picture.
No, it's
You're
definitely not.
smoking some fucking serious
I'm
shit,
pretty
bro.
sure. I'm pretty sure they got both. I know for sure the guy is the one who played Uncle Owen in the what was it? What
He
movie
is.
was that? Episode 2, right? And
No,
I'm pretty
episode 3.
sure,
It was at
or
the
was it
end.
3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, when
And I'm
they
pretty
give him
sure it's
Luke.
also the lady too, the same lady. I think I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I know for a fact that Owen is the same because I even saw other reactors and people pointing that out too after I had looked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's there. I think I want to say
Bonnie
Blade as well.
Pressy?
PC?
PC? I don't
Yeah.
know.
PC?
It's a weird last name.
Pi SSE.
Posse.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's just a lot there. There's a lot to get through. Unless it's rushed.
Yeah, I guess it could be
Yeah,
2 episodes. Who knows? The series is gonna be shit.
You're
Pure
calling
dog
it?
shit. I'm calling it now.
I have this honestly, I have this sense of dread in the back of my head that that's exactly what's going to happen is it's going to be like Boba Fett, and it's going to be so much worse because Obi Wan's such a way sweeter character. I like Boba Fett a lot, but like Obi Wan just so much cooler, so much more badass for me personally.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That
He's one of the best Jedi ever.
it's just
Yeah. I mean, he's such a pivotal character.
Here's my calling. First 2 episodes, shit. Middle episode, great. Next episode, shit. Last episode, great.
I can see that.
So there's
That's
only
similar,
2 good ones.
Similar formula of what we got with Boba Fett.
Yep.
It was you
And the
never got
ending-
more than like 2 episodes that were good in a row.
And the ending wasn't even that amazing. It was just good.
Yeah.
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 You know, like
Stuff
the
with
Rancor was
Vader,
probably the best part.
Stuff with Qui-Gon. There better be shit with Qui-Gon in here. I'm fucking never watching that goddamn thing Disney puts out again.
It better be.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't see how they can't have that in here. Like,
They have to.
if this
Yeah, they have to.
this is about Obi-Wan and the shit his journey he's going through right after
Yeah.
all this shit happens. Like, Qui-Gon's got to be in there.
Yeah. Has to be.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
know, it would be interesting if and I saw this somewhere, so this is not my idea. If Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan have a conversation about how Anakin turned to the dark side and like Order 66 and everything.
That would be pretty good. That
That
would
would be interesting.
That would almost like
That'd be
that'd be
fucking
a nice like
awesome.
it would show Obi-Wan's change from how he is to like how what's his face that played him in A New Hope, where it's a different type of Obi-Wan.
Alice
Like
Guinness? Or
yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah, and like that would something like that in this series would definitely flesh out how Obi-Wan's able to make that transition because he's got to be bitter at the beginning of this. I can't imagine him not being a bitter, even
Oh, he
for
has to.
as great of a Jedi Master as he was. Like he's gonna be at the beginning of this. He has
Afflicted.
to be. Yeah, extremely.
Well, you even see it when he's riding that what looks like a bus in the middle of the desert. You know, you see him with his like head down and almost just this defeatist attitude, like he's just a shell of himself.
Yeah.
So I totally get that vibe. 100%.
Yeah. That'd be such an interesting conversation. The dialogue that they would choose would be interesting.
I told you when we first talked about this and our expectations, that's the one thing I want. The fight we had on Mustafar on episode 3 was amazing interaction with them. I want the full dialogue of all of that because that all happened and then they were just split. I want that conversation so bad, even if it's small.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Scary news, but you know, Kathleen
Yeah, we'll see
Kennedy
what happens.
is the reason we have Jurassic Park. So she has done some stuff in her career.
Yeah, but
Slight.
I mean,
Slight.
shit.
You know what's funny?
They can't.
When me and Mason found out about the Jurassic Park stuff and Kathleen Kennedy, we were like, God damn it. Like, you can't hate her all the way.
You never can.
And you understand why she's where she's at in the company.
I hate her enough
Fuck.
to know that when she renewed her contract again, it was a rough day. It was a rough day.
Yeah. I mean, I've been pounding the table for Dave Filoni for 15 years, so.
That man, if he had the entire control, Jesus Christ.
No, Jesus couldn't
would-
even save.
Jesus isn't involved in this. It's just Dave
Right.
Filoni.
That's right.
So you're saying that Dave Filoni is Star Wars Jesus?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
His George Lucas isn't involved. It's his baby.
That's my favorite Jesus is
Dave Filoni, Jesus.
Dave Filoni Jesus.
Wearing a cowboy
hey.
hat.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in charge, but I like the content. God, I don't know what else to say about that. It's very discouraging.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say.
And
We just gotta see what.
and also-
You gotta wait and see what happens.
And also hearing that now and then thinking back of watching the trailers many times as I have, does the song really make me biased to just think it's gonna be great just because that
Yeah.
song's attached?
Oh,
100%.
100%. Yeah, dude, come on.
Because I rewatched it without the song, and I still liked it, but I could tell there was, like, a whole chunk of energy level that was just taken out, and then it
Yeah.
was just like,
Dude, it's a fucking duel of fates. It brings you right back to Phantom of the Menace when that fucking door opens up and fucking there's Darth Maul and he fucking ignites those sides of that lightsaber and you're just watching Qui-Gon and Obi Wan stand there looking at him and you're like, dude, you're a fucking like what that came out in 98 or 99, dude. You're a
was
fucking
99.
9-year-old
Yeah.
kid and you're like, oh my god, this is my first boner. Holy shit.
My first boner.
That shit's so
Three
fucking
men.
good. Well,
Hey, dude.
Roughhousing
Then you see the dual
each other
lightsaber.
hitting each other's swords.
yep. Oh, so good. It's so good.
You want a sword
So yeah,
fight?
that song definitely when that song kicks on, yeah, your bias gets turned way up, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pumped."
I mean, they could have showed some horrific shit. Like, we could have watched, like, they could have showed snuff porn and then, like, played that in there, and I would have been like, "This is amazing."
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe you, but I'd
Okay.
draw a line somewhere.
I don't know. That's how much I love that song. It's like ranch. It goes good with anything.
All right.
On to the next
Um,
topic.
yeah, on to the next topic. There's a hidden rally bench party in my mouth. What was the
Except
next
for that
one?
SNL skit. That skit's hilarious.
I don't think Nick's seen it because we brought that up before, and so we'll have to show him after this. But if you
Yes.
haven't, if
I don't
anyone
think
out there
so.
hasn't seen it, SNL, Hidden Valley Ranch, Melissa McCarthy. It's hands down the best.
Yeah, and that $50 would really get me out of some jams. All right.
But it's like I said it, and can we like split the money? All right, never mind. We'll show you that. But yeah, the next thing was very very soon. We have, I think it's in less than 10 days. And on 24th, if I'm not mistaken, we have Halo, the series premiering on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually am really excited about it, but I do have one huge complaint that's going to really
So do I.
affect my enjoyment of the show. But
Ready?
what do you guys think of like
One, say your complaint. 1, 2, 3, Master Chief's voice.
the voice? It's Master Chief's voice. It's not him.
We didn't even
Yeah.
talk to each other before we did that. It has to
Nope.
be his voice, dude. His voice is fucking horrible. How do you
It's
not get the
horrific.
guy from Toonami to come back and do his voice, dude?
Was it that same dude?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
You never
Yeah,
noticed
when
that,
the-
dude?
I mean, probably. I don't know. Like, no, dude. When
Come
was the last
on.
time I fucking seen Toonami, dude, or heard that guy, dude? That's like
Every
my God.
Saturday night, dude.
It was the best hearing him just sit there and talk about the lineup.
Yeah. Dude, when he's walking through his ship and he sits down
Oh,
in the
yeah, it
command
was
center and
great.
turns it on,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, let's watch some cartoons.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was like you were getting a satellite feed of cartoons from space.
That's right, dude.
But you're asking me like 15 plus years later,
I
do I
mean,
remember his voice?
if
No.
Logic can get that guy to do like the talk through of one of his albums, I feel like Paramount could have got him to do this.
Or
I-
Paramount
I
just
would- I
fuck
would've
that. They
been
did what they wanted to
fine.
do.
I would have been fine if they bring that guy back to do his voice with the helmet on. If you're gonna take his helmet off, he can have a normal voice. When that helmet's on, damn it, I want the fucking voice.
That's what I'm wondering if the guy who plays him as the actor made it a stipulation in his contract, or they just thought it would make more sense to just have him speak.
Well, it doesn't
Which is
make
another
sense.
Which is another thing because a lot of people, and I agree with them, are saying that if he takes his helmet off, it ruins everything.
Doesn't he take his helmet off? I thought there was a clip of him taking his helmet off.
There's
It
like
may have
when I
been-
was the trailer I was watching, the one scene didn't show him with his helmet off, but when he was talking, it sounded different from the other scenes when he had his helmet on.
Yeah.
Like almost like he did have his helmet off, but they didn't show it at all.
This is
So I
gonna
don't know
turn
for
into some
sure.
like race shit, isn't it? It will. It really will.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's
Like, oh, Master Chief's white. Oh, Master Chief's
Oh.
black. Something that
It's gonna be
won't
a big-
matter, but
Yeah,
it
probably.
will matter. Like people will
I
make a
can
big
see
deal
it.
about it.
I can
Actually,
see
I can tell you right now, he'll be black,
woman.
and then people, yeah, he'll be a woman, and people will freak the fuck out.
the voice modulator. That's how they'll talk about why it's whatchamacallit, not Master Chief's voice. It's a newer suit. or it's a new suit, so it's got a different modulator.
It's just gonna be reverse Halo. The Master Chief's really a chick. Cortana's really a dude.
That's another
Different
thing people are
universe,
upset
dude.
about. People are upset about Cortana, especially in the video game.
Isn't it
The
the
new one?
the like? I thought I was reading something that said it was the lady who did her voice that they cast as Cortana.
Yeah, but the problem that they had in the game, I know people were mad about, is they took away, like, her accentuated curves for her
Oh
character.
my
Oh,
god.
well, she is AI. I mean, she doesn't need to have an ass and tits. Like, come on,
Yeah, dude. Just
it's
I
just
mean,
fucking AI.
that shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah, like nobody gives a fuck.
The
I'm just
sound
arg
and like, oh my god.
I just want, honestly, so after watching the trailer, I am honestly a little excited to see it. I have zero
oh,
expectations for it. I don't know how close it's going to stay true to the video game. I really don't expect it to. Obviously, it's going to have elements in it because it talks about it throughout the trailer, finding Halo, at least finding the ring, it seems like initially what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm honestly kind of a little excited. I just really want a good story. I don't really want like bland characters and just a blah story. I feel like they could do it good. I don't know. The trailer did get me a little excited.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you guys knew anything about, because I haven't paid attention to this at all. If you guys knew if the
I
storyline was gonna follow the games at all, like one or
From the
two or
trailer,
whatever.
from the trailer, it doesn't look like it because in the first one, you crash land after that Covenant attack on the Pillar of Autumn. You crash land on Halo. The way they made it seem in that trailer that I watched is it's a race to find Halo between them and the Covenant, basically.
Okay.
Because he said something at the end of the trailer like "Find the ring" or "Find Halo, we win" or some shit like that. Find it first or whatever, like some shit like that. Where it was like, okay, it seems like it's a race between them and the Covenant to
So
find
it's
this
like
like place.
pre-games.
It almost seems like that. I
Okay.
don't know for sure. I'm just going off of that
Yeah.
trailer, but that's what my impression of it was.
yeah, I think it's a mix. I think it's based on it, or just the way that they did the trailer makes it seem wonky. But they do have characters from all of them, from like 1, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they got the doctor in there with the short blonde hair. I forgot her name, but I remember her from
Dr.
5, and
Halsey.
yeah, and I believe 4. So I mean, they've got characters from all over the different games. So I think it's going to be loosely, in my opinion, it'll be loosely based, especially if they have to cram it in a certain amount of episodes. I don't know how many of these are.
Yeah.
I have to look that up, but I think it's going to be like
I'll
bits
look
and
while you're talking.
pieces, and then they make it make sense on how it connects. That's just my opinion. I don't think they'll fully flesh out each thing in order as it was in the
Yeah.
games.
I don't think they need to. I was just curious if
Yeah,
um if there was gonna be a
nine.
starting base or
Looks like
not.
9 episodes.
Yeah, that makes
That's not
sense.
bad.
So they would do like two per like piece of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But visually, it
I don't
looks
know.
great. I gotta
it
say,
does.
honestly, it
Yeah,
looks great visually.
does
And
look
that's what's got
really
me
good.
excited. It looks like a fun Halo themed sci-fi adventure. It's just like I watched that entire trailer, and then at the very end, he's like, "Silver Team, let's go!" And I'm like, "Oh." Like it really just it takes all the wind out of my sails.
Yeah,
I get
his
all
his
excited
voice.
watching all
Yeah.
that, and then the minute
Here,
he
Oh,
says
maybe
that
I've
and
seen a different
jumps,
trailer then.
let me say this. It could be a smoke show. That could just be for the trailers to make everyone think like, damn, they didn't get his actual thing. And then when you watch the show, boom, they did get him to do the voiceovers.
or
For
they
it.
just they
That'd be
before it
wild.
before it release before they release it, they just have him digitally impose it over,
Yeah.
kind of like what they did in Army of the Dead, where they go to Vegas and they
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
that comedian who was in the movie. They had it all filmed, and they put that chicken as a helicopter driver, and they all they had to do was literally put her in front of a green screen. She is superimposed throughout the entire damn movie, and she's talking to nobody. So they could do the same thing here.
Yeah.
They just throw his voice over everything and fix it because they see outrage, almost like they did with Star Wars Episode 4. The original actor who played Darth Vader originally was speaking those lines, but I believe he was like British or from the UK or something like that. And then they eventually got James Earl Jones to voice it over
Yeah.
and took away all that dude's lines. So it's
Yeah. And George
possible.
Lucas didn't like the way it fit. I got his autograph right over there.
Who?
See this picture right here?
Yeah.
Right there? That
Yeah.
is the actual guy who was in the Vader suit. That is a
Oh, no shit.
personalized autograph my father got 20 years ago. No, 30 years ago.
That's amazing.
And it was when I was in my mother's stomach, but he got it to Bill and Cody. Or I was just born or something. And he gave it to me for Christmas last year.
Did you cry?
No, but I was like, this is fucking sick. I was like, when the fuck did you get this? He's like, years ago.
He just came across it again.
Yeah.
I could see that with your dad, how much
Dude, he's
shit
got
he's
so
got.
much shit.
He probably was going through. He's like, oh fuck, I was supposed to give this to Cody a while ago.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll just move my camera over there. This thing right here, on the very
Yeah.
top of my wall right here, is from a fucking Toys R Us when they closed. It went over top the Star Wars toys. The people gave it to my dad. He's like, oh, you want this? What the fuck am I going to do with this? But it's in my room.
God, it's funny. All the stuff you get, like even as a grown man, what was it 2 years ago? I'm 32, so this was like Christmas when I was turning 31. Even then, I know for my parents, my dad getting me fucking Star Wars action figures of like the Sith troopers and fucking shit like that.
Yeah.
And he said, "I figured you want to finish the collection." I know it's weird, grown man getting toys. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's just you don't give a shit. You're like, yeah, I want it.
Fuck it.
No, that's epic though. That's really epic. But I mean, it's possible. So I don't know if they're gonna fix it. I think they might stick to their guns, honestly.
Yeah, probably. It was just, happy thought. Just trying to give it some credit, but
It is a happy thought because there's
Oh.
going to be some type of impersonator out there or someone that will sound close enough like him that'll redub that entire thing to try to like fan correct it after it's released.
I'm sure there will be.
Hopefully the dude playing it just does a good enough job where
No.
that ends up being a last. Honestly, for me, like watching the trailer, I really don't give
has
a
to
fuck
suck.
about his voice. Like,
I do.
I'm not expecting this to be that strict to the video game and stuff. So I'm like, all right, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna take it as it is. I got zero expectations for it. So
Nope, he's canceled. I'm canceling him right now.
Yep.
I don't even know the guy. I don't even know his name. That's how hard he's canceled. He doesn't exist to me.
Pablo Schreiber, dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely out, dude. Just kidding. Build the fucking wall. Just kidding.
We went from hey, we got Master Chief in the game. Who do we got in the series? Pablo.
It's like the only minority I didn't say he would be, dude.
Fucking, we got Nacho Libre out there saving the planet.
Kung Fu Panda's getting a Netflix series, dude. Speaking
Are
of
you
Nacho
That
Libre.
is good.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Why?
Dude, Kung Fu
Jack
Panda's
Black
awesome.
needs money, dude.
And Netflix is like, here you go, take some.
He's waiting for whatchamacallit, the Jungle or Jumanji 3. You gotta wait for Jumanji
Yeah.
3.
Dude, the first Kung Fu Panda was not bad.
I
Second
didn't
No, it
one,
watch
wasn't.
any of them.
horrible.
I didn't care to watch any of them.
I wouldn't say horrible, but it was not good. First one's not
First
bad.
one was good.
It's looking
fun.
at all those
The
stairs
fi-
like, my arch enemy. Stairs. I always think of that. Always.
I just love how his father's that fucking duck.
Yeah, dude.
And it's the what is it? The Chinese guy from Big Trouble in Little China. He's the actor
Yeah.
that plays Emperor
yeah.
Lo Wang. Or whatever his name is. Beautiful girl with green eyes.
Who
So
knows? I
good.
saw that on TikTok that they were getting a Netflix series, so I'm throwing it in here.
Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black, or Jablinski, as he goes on YouTube, if you follow that at all.
Nope.
He actually just recently posted some more stuff. That's stuff he does with his son and like games. He did a whole gaming thing with PewDiePie. They played like Minecraft and shit. Like that's like Jablinski is Jack Black's gaming name.
That's cool, dude.
Cool.
I know. Like go ahead. It's like you always say, only I would know stuff like that or keep up with it.
Pretty much.
Um
What's next, dude?
But yeah, Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is going to be coming out soon. You can pre-order tickets now. That's another sequel to a surprisingly good video game movie that we got. I remember the initial backlash on the Sonic design before it even came out. The first one actually was a huge shift into how Hollywood does things nowadays, as far as like listening to the fans, going back, making last-minute adjustments, or postponing until they fix it. So this movie's coming off of a historical change in the way that Hollywood reacts to its consumer. And people have high hopes that this is going to be just as good, if not better, now that we've got more characters from the universe. They just did a huge PR thing that I thought was awesome to give me more hope that they really care about the fans and the lore of Sonic. They
The history.
for Sonic 2, when you finally get Sonic and Tails, the original cover art showed Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik, like he was a huge giant, had his fist over the number 2, and then right in front of the number 2 was Sonic and Tails doing like a pose. They did that exact same image for one of the posters for this movie, and it's phenomenal. Like the fact that they actually even thought of that, and it shows Jim Carrey there holding the hand over it too, and then they're both standing there, and I think Knuckles is in it too, which originally wasn't in the cover. I'll have to look back, but it's just awesome, and it's like even little things like that give me such high hopes that this movie's going to be just as good because I think it's a great animated series. It does something that hasn't been done justice in a very long time, justice, and it feels good because the games have been trash.
What games have been
So
trash, dude?
the Sonic games,
Fuck you, dude. Those games are great.
the originals are great. I'm talking about the ones that have come out after, like 2016 and up, has been horrific.
I
The
didn't even know they were
2016
still
one,
making
I didn't
any
either.
new
I'm
ones.
gonna be honest. I didn't.
the 2016 one was the first one they made for the Xbox 360, and he has a real life relationship with a human girl, and it's fucking weird.
That seems right up your alley, dude.
No, it's weird. I
No,
draw the
dude,
line
that
right
ain't no
there.
domestic girlfriend, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I even told you guys about that guy who made the Sonichu character, which was the Pikachu Sonic thing, and the one that was like really weird.
Yeah.
We did, yeah. So I
Yeah.
love Sonic. It was the first video game I owned on the first console I owned on the Sega Genesis. That was like my intro to everything.
I got
So
those
I'm just
games to the
excited.
next room over, dude.
They're so good.
I gotta hunt me down to Sega. That's what I need to do.
Mine's in the next room. I
Yes.
want to set it up somewhere.
They actually have the Sega Classic, like they did the Nintendo one. You can get it preloaded with a bunch of
I don't
games.
want
No,
those. No,
We want an
no,
OG,
that's
dude.
not. Yeah, come on, dude.
We got a
I'm not no
Sega
fucking
Genesis in the
poser,
next
dude.
room over, dude. OG.
Yeah,
You,
not no
you
fucking
know it's
poser,
real.
dude.
You know what I really want? Because I can get a Sega Genesis. I know how to get one of those. A Sega CD where they had the Legend of Zelda. They brought that over there. The most horrific rendition of Zelda. Oh,
When was the
so
Sega
bad.
CD?
After the it went Sega Genesis, which was the 16-bit. Then they did the Sega Genesis or Sega something 32 because that was a 32-bit one, and then they made the Sega CD,
Okay.
and
I
it
think
did not
Genesis
last.
was
And it
32-bit.
okay, well either way, I know that the Sega CD was like after the Genesis, like 1 or 2 after, and it bombed hard. It was like it was literally the equivalent of what Nintendo did with the Virtual Boy. You know that 3D that you put your head into, but it was all
Yeah.
red and it was like making people go blind and shit.
Yeah.
Was Sega the same company that did Dreamcast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was when
Sega
that was
Dreamcast.
how they competed with the N64.
Gotcha.
That was like their big jump into the 3D gaming space. And it was
Gamecast.
phenomenal. Listen, it's either GameCube or Dreamcast. Man, I got a Gamecast, all right? That's all I got. All right. Calm down, homie. Malibu's Most Wanted. Good reference.
I never played the Dreamcast. I always wanted to, but never did. I
Oh,
don't
it
think
was
there's
great.
really much. There wasn't really much for it though, was there? I know Code Veronica was like the big game for it,
They
but
had a lot of big titles on there. Like they had like Wipeout. You remember Wipeout when you'd go to the movie arcades
Yeah.
and you Wave Runner
maybe.
game? They had that
Oh, okay,
Dreamcast.
yeah,
That was a Sega game. They had Crazy Taxi. That was another big one.
yeah.
Crazy Taxi was on Dreamcast.
Okay.
They also had the Sonic series, which that was like the height of the Sonic series, and then after the Dreamcast, it kind of started going downhill. They also had the House of the Dead 2. You can play House of the Dead 1 and
Okay.
2. So it was the first on the rails shooter. You moved your controls to move the cursor, and you didn't have to be at the movie theater pumping in quarters. Like you could just keep replaying. It was awesome. And then, of course, Resident Evil and some other stuff. So, I mean, it was great. And they had a lot of Capcom titles on there too.
Mhm.
Like I think they had like the Street Fighters and all that.
Okay.
But it was a great system. It just didn't get a lot of attention, and it got outshadowed obviously by the N64, and then moving on to PS1 and 2 and all that, and it just died.
Yeah.
And it was actually the first one that had interactive cartridges that were also memory cards. Because I know the memory cards, when you'd slide them in, they would show a picture or something. But then eventually, studios started making the cards that you would slide in there actually have digital, like the black and white old Tamagotchi type of digital. They would have those on there. You can actually see stuff from the game. So like ammo or, a direction it would tell you to go. It was like your waypoint. Like they started interacting with that. So I mean, it was a big system on changing the physical hardware and really messing with stuff. Kind of like the first one to do it before even the Wii did.
I mean, Sega was around for. I mean, it was what them and Nintendo like were some of the first video game companies. I know Sega was around for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
their time, kind of what was that around like the late '90s, early 2000s was when they were kind of like. I know they're not fully done as a company, but kind of just out of the video game console market, pretty much.
Well, PlayStation changed
Dreamcast.
the game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when PS2 came out, that changed video games as a whole just completely. PlayStation 2 and then Xbox, that revolutionized fucking everything. Those two systems,
Yeah, because even Sega
dude,
was
I
the
mean, honestly, it really was. Like, it's just like, what more can you say about it?
Sega was also the first one to, even before the PSP did it, to really port over a handheld that put out console
Yeah.
quality games. They had the Game Gear.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I didn't have one, but I had like a couple friends that had one. And I thought it was like the fucking sweetest shit because I didn't have it. So I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was literally, if you look back at it, the original Switch, it was a console in your hands. I mean, because
Yeah,
it played the full games. I mean, people play Sonic on that on the go. It was huge. You would hold it like this, and it was like that thick. But I mean, back in the '90s, it's like, what? Like you're telling
right.
me I could take what's
Yeah,
on my TV in my hands on the road? Like that was unheard of
yeah. This is fucking
compared to the
sweet.
Game Boy. So
I
I
was
mean,
trying to remember
they were
because
big in innovation.
if it was the PS2 or the PS1.
I think it was the one, and then they made the two, and the Dreamcast was still around because they never made anything after the Dreamcast.
I don't think they
Yeah,
did at
but there
all.
was that. I'm looking it up right now.
What,
So
something from
it was
What are
Sega?
at
you looking up?
E3 in 1995 because I remember watching this. I was watching like history of video games,
Yeah.
and in the 1995 Expo, I remember because I was like, "What a fucking baller move!" Disney thought that, or not Disney. PlayStation was
Sony.
coming out. Sony was coming out with another system. I think Sony's announcement of PlayStation. So it had to be their first one, PlayStation 1. Because Sega was surprise launching the Sega Saturn, and Nintendo was
That's what it was.
showcasing Virtual Boy console. All right, so it was that time period, and PlayStation was so hyped up, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is." Everyone just kept saying, "This is going to cost $500. You're not going to be able to afford this. Buy the Sega, buy the Nintendo," and then Sony literally they had it was like a half hour or an hour thing set up for this announcement. The guy walks up to the podium and just goes $299 and walks off. And Sega died as a company. I remember
you
watching that. I was
telling
like,
that
what
story.
a baller fucking move. Just walk up, say the price, leave.
That's all it needs to be said.
That was in 95. God damn.
Man, back in the day, press conferences, you can believe them, and you were actually excited about what you heard because it was the truth when it came to video game conferences.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do you guys ever remember the hype video, the one that's infamous on the internet for that bald dude who was so hyped for the new operating system for Windows? He was like running around on stage and jumping up and down and acting like he was like on cocaine or meth.
I'm on
I
cocaine.
might have seen it. I don't know if I did have for sure.
Oh my god, it's insane. The dude looks like he's like powering up to Super Saiyan 3 running around on stage. And it's just for like Windows 95 or 98 or something like
It
that. And
takes
then
them
like
3 days for the whole announcement.
Everyone's like, we'll come back. Last time.
beat me to it. Will he ever say when the price is gonna drop? Find out next time
Yeah.
on Microsoft
It's
Z.
amazing when you think about it. $299 for the original PlayStation, $300. Systems really haven't gone up that much.
Not a
No, if
shit
you look
When
at
you think about it. They've doubled in
nah,
price.
if you look
Think
at like
about
inflation
the
over
advance in
time,
technology
Right.
too. Like you've got more than double the advance in technology
Yeah.
for that kind of price.
I guess.
no, look at it.
Yeah, they're double.
I just got the Xbox Series S, which is just a lower grade power version of the Xbox Series X, not by much, and I paid $300 for that. That was $299.
Yeah. That's fucking
So I
incredible,
mean,
to be honest with you.
yeah, you can get a Nintendo Switch Lite for $200. You can get the Switch in your hands with no TV ability, $200
You
out
can
the
be
door.
a big boy and spend the extra money and get the TV ability, dude.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I
Don't be
was
a
a big
puss.
boy and I bought a laptop so that I can do this easier.
Yeah, and you
I
haven't
spent
bought my
600.
graphics card, dude.
No, that was what I was going to talk to you about because I don't know if I can at this moment because I had to get this first.
Wow.
Wow,
I've been
dude.
having that thing on hold for
Wow,
how long?
about that, dude.
I'm going to get it.
The market's crashed on it.
He's about to sell it to me, dude.
That's fine. I'm still going to get it.
No,
promise.
he's gonna come and take it, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. He's just gonna come back to Cleveland and steal it from me.
Just like
I'm gonna
Baker
drive
Mayfield.
8
dude.
hours. I don't want to talk about that right now.
We're not,
No.
dude. We're talking about video games.
Okay, good. Let's get
Something
back to
that
something
makes us
happy.
happy.
Yeah, happy.
So happy.
Uh,
Speaking of video games, did you guys see the Uncharted movie really quickly?
I want
I
to.
wanna
I
see
have
it.
not yet. No.
You want to see it?
I do so bad.
I thought it was great,
Did you? It was
Yeah.
good.
but
I was surprised
full
when you said
disclosure,
that.
I'm a massive Uncharted fan.
Is it a movie that they tried to stick true to the video games, or kind of do their own thing and use video game elements, or like how did they kind of go with it, like in
It's
a
its
They
direction?
messed up
own
the
Not that
character
movie.
not that
look.
I care. Not that I care
The
Yeah.
at all.
characters
Like,
don't look exactly like they should, but
I mean, if they play the parts good, though, like you can
They
kind of
played
get
it
past
well.
stuff. I'm just curious, like what they did, like how they incorporated the video game into the movie and the storytelling. Like, did they stick completely to the script of it, or do their own thing? Like,
Not completely. They kind of merged, almost like Adam was talking about. They kind of pulled things from all 4 games and kind of put them into one.
Okay.
But the way they transitioned through that story and did it, I loved it.
Yeah.
It like when I was watching it, it felt like the video game. Like
Okay.
the scene where
Plane.
me and Mason told each other it's like the most iconic opening to a video game when he's hanging off the plane. It was in all the trailers. And me and Mason were like, if the fucking movie doesn't start off with that, I'm done. I'm walking out of the theater. Like, that's it. You guys don't get it. I'm out of here. But they did, and they got it. Because immediately after that, it cuts right to him and his brother at a young age. And I was like, literally looked at Mason, and I was like, they get it. So,
yeah, because that was number 4, wasn't it? Him and his brother.
I really enjoyed it, personally.
That is the game series that got me to get a PS3, and it was my first experience on the PS3 with like the new graphics and everything, and I was in awe ever since. Like I played the online for those games, like especially the second one, relentlessly. Like it was so much fun
Yeah.
to play online.
Could it have been better? Sure. Is there definitely some things that happen in it where you like, if a normal person who hasn't played the games watches it, they're gonna be like, how the fuck is that possible? Because they don't realize like, oh, this is a video game. Like he can make that jump. He can pickpocket someone from fucking 4 feet away. Like it can happen, okay?
Yeah.
So, you're wearing a backpack and you're having a conversation with someone 2 feet away from you, but somehow they pickpocket out of your backpack. It's a video game, okay? You don't question those things. It just happens. You just hold down the square button and wait for you to say you got it.
Like you've obviously played shit, what was it with the little girl and the old dude from the zombie apocalypse?
Don't
Last
tell
of
him.
Us?
Don't tell him.
Oh, sorry.
He didn't hear you because I talked too loud. I purposely did that.
I'm
It's
too
literally the
tired.
greatest game ever made.
Literally the single
I
greatest
know.
game
I
series
used.
of all
I
time.
don't give a fuck
I,
what anybody says. I will kill them.
I used to. I used to. I used to own it.
He's getting choked
I,
up.
I went from like a cough to like a. But
If
I
I
don't
asked
remember
Kim to
the
come in here, she would know the answer to it.
I know, dude. I'm
Wow,
tired.
dude.
I can't think of the fucking thing. Okay, I'm sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. I know his
Nope.
name's Joel,
What's her name,
and
dude?
fucking. Dude, I don't remember.
Ellie.
Thank you. So,
Would you
yeah,
say that
I
they're
mean,
The Last of Us, dude?
yes, there you go. Last of Us. Last of Us Part 2. But I know Nick's played that. The Uncharted games, that is the exact interactive experience that you have at those games. Like they're playing a cinematic movie. It's insane.
No. It's not exact. That's the reason we have those type of games. Uncharted set the fucking table for those. Which are both
the fluidity of the cutscenes to the action is insane in those games.
Started it all, baby. It was a cinematic gaming experience.
I still think that Nathan Fillion should have been Nathan Drake, but I digress, because that is the single best fan-made piece of thing that I've ever seen on YouTube for the games, ever, for any game fan-made. Have you guys ever seen
it? Yes, I have seen it.
So good.
The guy who voices Nathan Drake's in the movie, by the way. He does have a little cameo in it.
That's cool.
Which, yeah, I thought it was cool. It's actually funny too. Tom Holland says something to him because he's like, "How you doing?" He's like, he says something. He's like, "Damn, you don't look okay," or something like that. You look rough. And Tom Holland says something like, "Yeah, a car just hit me out of an airplane, so it's been kind of a day." And he's like just walking by, and he turns around and looks at me. He's like, "That happened to me once." I was like, "Oh, they get it." But anyway, did you know that movie has taken so long to come out that Mark Wahlberg was actually cast to be Nathan Drake? When that movie was first gonna happen, Mark Wahlberg was gonna play Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I don't know if that wouldn't have worked. No.
It's funny too.
He doesn't have.
The reason he found out he wasn't going to be Drake anymore is he was told by the director, like, "Oh, we got Tom Holland on the cast now," and Mark Wahlberg's like, "Oh, really? What is he gonna play?" And he was like, "Nathan Drake," and he was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be Sully." He's like, "I'm the old guy." So that was funny, but
yeah, the young bucks are coming up, man. It's time to move down the bench.
I'll tell you what, too, and I probably like that movie because I love Mark Wahlberg.
I love him in everything.
Yeah.
Like my guilty pleasure movies are the Transformer
too, that he plays in every movie. So
yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it works.
The same guy that stabbed a man's eyes out for beer when he was a young teenager.
Yeah.
Middle of the street. It's great.
Antonio Banderas is in it though. He's really
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he's really good in it.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
No, I mean I love Mark Wahlberg and stuff, and I love Tom Holland, and I mean the movie looks nuts. I saw a clip online of like a sailing part in the air. It's like some big fight and everything, and it just looked epic like the game. So I'm excited to finally see it. I just haven't had the chance.
Yeah. The puzzles and shit in it are cool too.
That's a big deal because the puzzles were always fun to do.
Yeah.
Especially, do they do any parkour stuff where he's like hanging off the side of buildings and shit?
Of course, dude. He's hanging out of an airplane to start the fucking movie. What do you think?
You can't get much more parkour than that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hardcore parkour?
That is hardcore parkour.
And there's a lot of like con stuff. They play into the con stuff. Like everyone's always looking to fuck over the next person. Like
I was gonna say the Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan, dude. Benedict Cumberbatch just shows up, dude.
He plays a big role in this movie. Spoiler alert.
It's funny you mentioned Star Trek because there was some big news actually. One of the Star Trek shows is going into their second season because they've got a couple different Star Trek shows that they're actively doing right now across different platforms. But one of the main guys from Paul Wesley from the Vampire Diaries is what he's mainly known for. He is going to be the new young Captain Kirk in I think it's like this Star Wars Discovery or something like that. It's season 2 of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And when you look at the picture, it works. I mean, he was good in Vampire Diaries. I did watch that series. It's actually a good series, even though it's kind of like teen melodrama. It gets kind of more adult and serious later on in the show.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was on the CW.
Yeah. But when you watch the stuff like people getting their throats and hearts ripped out and like people just bleeding all over the floor, like it gets better. But he was really great acting wise in that show.
But Sonic can't have a relationship with a human.
No, vampires.
There's so many things I want to call you right now, but I don't want to ruin this podcast.
It's fine. You can ruin my mood later. I am who I am, man. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say you weren't. I just want to call you things.
Honesty, dude. Honesty. It's a building block of friendship.
It is honest. That's why I texted you guys ahead of time. I filled in the words for you, so I don't have to hear it from anyone else but me. Which, by the way, everyone, I was late to this episode, so I talked shit about myself to them, saying like, "Hey, I know I'm late. I'm an asshole. Blah blah blah. Be on soon." So I just threw it out there ahead of time. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff. I know. I need to get some Liquid Death. I found out they sell it over here at the Target that I live by. And funny enough, I work for them, so I can just. I didn't know that until just recently.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go pick up some cases.
Flavors
probably
too,
tomorrow or the day after. I saw that. I saw they have flavors, and I saw they have sparkling too. I think.
Yeah. Well, the flavors are sparkling.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's why I saw it.
Well, the black can really is just non-flavored sparkling as well.
Yeah, so go get yourself some Liquid Death. We're not sponsored, and obviously we're saying it for free. So why would they even fucking try to do it unless they really love our show? But it's good. It is so delicious. I have yet to try some. Documentary. But I know Cody distributes it, and he loves it. So I'm looking forward to getting some.
That's good
Yeah, I
shit.
think that'll probably.
Cody personally distributes
Yep.
it.
Personally
He
drive
will
around.
drive to your house and give you some.
100%.
You want?
I'll give you this
You
camera
want
right
to
here.
meet Cody? Yeah, he will with his DNA on it, so you can
And if
clone
you're
him
not
later.
satisfied, he'll jack you off.
You can go fuck yourself. Because every can we sell, all proceeds go straight to the show. Wait, all proceeds go to.
You all right there, dude?
Yeah, I'm just laughing.
All
I'm
right, I
I'm
think
so
we're done
overtired.
here.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up before I do something worse. But if you made it to the end, thank you. If you haven't, as I always say, go fuck yourself because you're not gonna hear this anyway. But thank you for watching the end of the show. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us over on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Discord. Come in, chat, hang out with us anytime that we're in here, not in our private channel. Let us know in the comments what you think about everything that we talked about, what you're excited for, what you're nervous about with the Obi Wan news that we just found out. And with that, we will see you next time.
Deuces.